likely to be deficient, meaning we never are deficient in it? Did we talk about calcium deficiency? A lot of women, yeah. So this is the one that isn't deficient, that would never be. We get plenty of it in everything we eat. So it would be phosphorus is correct. Yay, that first one's always the toughest. Which of the following foods, is the only source of B12? I just gave you guys that answer. If you were listening. Huh? Hot dog, right. What is a which one of these is a polyunsaturated fat? Corn oil is correct. Polyunsaturated. Coconut is saturated. Which of the following is a component of all three disaccharides? Is that true? Yes, glucose is yeah. Because glucose is in the sucrose and maltose and lactose. Which of the following is not digested? Generally, it's not digested. Fiber is correct. What is the most reliable source of vitamin D in our diets? Yes, fortified milk. Thank goodness milk is fortified.
Yeah.
This is question 7. Which of the following is an important parameter in assessing a child's nutrition status? Yes, you've got to have that growth chart. Pediatricians are very good at checking that out. Which one of these is a sensible guideline for diet plans? Right, consume more low-fat foods. That's a sensible one. Eating rapidly doesn't work. What's the primary function of the enzyme insulin?
To lower blood glucose.
Yes, it lowers our blood glucose. And the 10th question, and she's done. Energy yielding nutrients include what? This is pretty easy if you remember what energy is. Yes, carbohydrates. Very good. Amber's got herself 20 points. Kyle. Come on down. Okay, the RDA for vitamin C is highest in what population? Is that your final answer?
Athletes anymore, right? No. I knew this was gonna happen. I got them all until I came up here.
It always happens that way. You know every answer until you have to sit in this chair, and then it's like your brain goes blank.
There's smokers.
Yes, smokers. And vitamin C is an antioxidant. Smokers definitely need more vitamin C.
Wait, is it deficiency?
They need more. It says. Which group, the RDA for vitamin C is highest for what population? It's smokers. Okay? What is the general function of vitamin C? Boy, I just gave that answer.
Antioxidant.
Antioxidant, yes. Good one to know. In relation to fats, what does the term hydrogenation mean?
Want to be adding?
Yes, you add hydrogen atoms is hydrogenation. Carbohydrates are formed from all except this atom.
Nitrogen?
What has nitrogen? Protein, right. What is the name of the projections, the finger-like projections on the inner surface of the small intestine?
Villa?
Yeah. Villa or villi, plural. Which risk factor for cardiovascular disease can be changed by individuals?
Diet?
Yeah, I should hope so. Be nice to change age, but, or your family history, but we don't do that. An adverse reaction to food that does not signal the body to form antibodies is called what? You don't form antibodies, it's,
An allergy?
is that your final answer?
Intolerance?
Yes, an intolerance doesn't form antibodies, an allergy does provide, you guys better remember that one. What is the best approach to weight loss?
So you can't eliminate all fat, so reduce intake and increase energy output?
Yes, reduce your energy intake and increase your energy output. Because you can't, if fats are needed, it's essential fatty acids. What is the primary absorption site for digestible carbohydrates?
Let's say small intestine?
Right, because the small intestine is the primary absorption site of everything. Okay, 10. RDA stands for?
Oh, crap. Recommended daily allowance.
Yes, recommended daily allowance. Very good. Daniela. Hopa this time. You almost thought you had yours the last time. Okay. What are the characteristics of vitamins? Are they inorganic? Do they yield energy? Are they soluble in both water and fat? Or do they perform best if they're linked in chains? Vitamins.
Inorganic compounds?
Is that your final answer? Guys, you gotta know the difference between organic and inorganic. I know that'll be on the exam. And vitamins are organic. They contain carbon.
Which one best of information? Are soluble in both water and fat?
Yes, they're soluble in both water and fat. Fat-soluble vitamins, water-soluble vitamins. Remember we studied those, 2 different chapters? Chapters 10 and 11. What is the RDA for vitamin C for adult women? You had that on your independent study. Should remember.
Is it 75 milligrams?
Yes, it's 75 milligrams. Good thinking. What is the primary function of fat in our body?
Protect vital organs?
Yeah, it helps protect, gives us cushion to protect our vital organs. What's the sweetest simple carbohydrate in the diet? And I already told you that answer if you were remembering. Fructose is the sweetest, right? Fructose, sweetest. No, it's the sweetest simple carbohydrate. It's a mono saccharide. What is the primary site of absorption of nutrients? Yes, microvilli. The little tiny projections on the villi. Question 6. Smoking will do all the following except. What will smoking not do? Yes, it does not lower your LDL, which is what you want to do, right? You want to raise your HDL and lower your LDL. Which of the following children?
Does that include that individual?
Yeah, it would be kind of, after the kid's full, why would you want to present something that they might not want to eat? So don't present them at the end of the meal. What is a common side effect of bulimia? This one we really didn't talk about much.
Ulceration of the esophagus?
Yeah, it's ulceration of the esophagus because they throw up all the time. Okay. What are cellulose, pectins, hemicellulose, and lignin? This is number 9, and you've got some lifeline. And this is a kind of a hard one.
Fibers?
Huh?
Are they fibers?
Yes. Congratulations, they're fibers. Might have remembered we talked about cellulose. And question 10, gram for gram, which provides the most energy?
Fats.
Fats. She did your 20 points. Very good. Chandler? Let's go. Many of the B vitamins serve as, this is, that light gets in the way.
Enzymes?
Coenzymes is correct. What food group is the richest source of vitamin C? Fruit group. Gotta remember some sources, guys. Remember that one. Which of the following is a function of cholesterol? Is it no relation to heart disease? No function in the body? Recommended intake is 0, or is it synthesized in our body? Yes, it is synthesized in our body. The liver makes it. What is the storage form of glucose? Glycogen. Now this rate, we should get through 15 kids today. Which diseases are caused by a deficiency of the same nutrient? Osteomalacia and rickets is correct. You're halfway done. Rickets is vitamin D, and osteomalacia is vitamin D. Risk factors for hypertension include all the following except, if you're going to have high blood pressure, which one of those would?
High blood pressure? No.
This is kind of, well, we'll give it to you. It
Salt.
should be, it used to be high salt, but now they're basically saying high salt is a risk factor. Okay, high salt is a risk. Used to be only people that were salt sensitive they said that about, but now they're leaning more towards everybody should watch their salt intake. Studies of adults show that I did this a couple years ago. I did all these questions a couple years ago and have been adding to them little by little, but that one I probably need to erase. Studies of adults show that longevity is related in part to all the following except. Yeah, shouldn't do short periods of sleep. Should do short periods of sleep is the answer. What is lost when diuretics are taken for weight loss? Some people do that. Not the best. You know what a diuretic is? It's probably that's the answer, water, because all it does is make you pee more, and of course water is 16 ounces is a pound of weight. So if you got up and drank a 20-ounce bottle of Coke before you weighed in the morning, you just gained an extra pound. Polysaccharides include many monosaccharides linked together, right? Yeah. Which of the following is not a fat-soluble vitamin? Vitamin C, it is what kind of a vitamin? Water soluble vitamin, that was 10. Good job. Sadie, come on down. I'm gonna give a new group. Okay, that was, we've now gone over 180 questions from Tuesday till now. Starting on another.
How many questions was this one?
We've gone over 180 so far.
Are we,
I've almost got the final done and it's about 75, it'll be about 75 questions.
And the final won't contain any questions that we didn't see on the review.
Right. What should be the first action taken to lower blood cholesterol?
Achieve appropriate body weight.
Yes. Achieve appropriate body weight. Fats do all of the following except. I gotta get that out of this somewhere there. What do fats not do?
Apply glucose.
Yes, fats do not supply glucose, because glucose is sugar. What element is found in proteins but not in carbohydrates and fats?
Nitrogen.
This is a similar question to what Kyle had, but just worded a little differently. So it goes to show you how, if things might show up on the exam, it may not be this exact same wording, but it'll be the same concept. Fibers are found in all the following foods except meats. Meat does not have fiber. Some of it's tough enough you think it might, but it's not. What do we call proteins that facilitate chemical reactions?
Enzymes.
Enzymes. Right, that was question 5. Which of the following describes the nutrient needs of older people? Do they vary according to individuals? Do they increase greatly, so you've got to take supplements? Do they remain constant throughout life, or do the decrease of vitamins but not for minerals? Which one makes the most sense?
They vary according to individuals.
Yes, they vary according to individuals. Nobody's exactly the same. A child who develops antibodies to a certain food is said to have,
Food allergy.
again, this is very similar to the question Kyle had about allergies and intolerances. So, yes, it's a food allergy. Question 8. What structure prevents food from entering the trachea? We had this before, but it was worded differently again.
Epiglottis.
Yes, my favorite little word, epiglottis. And that one, guess what? That'll probably be on the final, because it's my favorite little word. Okay, which of the following is a major source of vitamin E in our diets?
Vegetable oils.
Yes, most of you figured that out when you did your independent study, because just about everybody was deficient in vitamin E. The fastest growing age group in the United States today is,
Those over 85.
yes, the elderly. So if you're going to, that's 10, Sadie. So if you're going to be a nurse, you may want to go into geriatrics, right? Because there are always going to be old people around. Jessica Collier. Okay, what type of exercise is best to strengthen the heart and blood vessels?
Aerobic exercise.
Aerobic exercise. Right. Which lipoprotein is the most associated with a high risk of heart disease? LDL, that's right. If you have high HDL, it'd be a low risk, but LDL is a high risk. What type of reaction binds or combines two molecules of glycine and releases water? You combine them, bind them, what is it? Condensation. And again, how many times have we talked about that? So you might want to remember that one. Fibers include all the following except,
Lactose.
right, even if you didn't know what they were, you should figure that one out. Galactose. From what does marasmus develop? We've talked about marasmus and kwashiorkor a little bit.
I need a lifeline.
Okay. Let's take off these two over here.
Too much fat.
Is that your final?
Inadequate protein and
Right,
energy.
inadequate protein and energy is marasmus. That one I don't think will be on the final. Which of the following is a feature of elderly people and water metabolism? Is that your final
Show
answer?
signs of overhydration.
Think of what that means. Come on.
Need they have a more total body water?
No, right?
Don't recognize dryness of mouth.
Right, they don't recognize dryness of mouth. They just don't feel thirsty. Which of the following will be removed in the production of skim milk?
Oh, vitamin A.
Right, vitamin A, because it's a fat soluble vitamin. What structure controls the passage of food from the small to the large intestine? The ileocecal valve, right. What is the chief function of vitamin K? Blood clotting, right. Good question. And 10, healthy habits include all of the following, except, yeah, smoking never would be a healthy habit. She's got it. Thank you, Jessica. Victoria? All right, I'll give you the first one because it's that same thing about salt. So she's got one down. What does a triglyceride consist of? Way back to chapter 5.
Attached to the weight.
What does a triglyceride consist of?
Glucose. Attached to glucose. No, the second one there.
The 3 fatty acids attached to glycerol? That's correct. 3 fatty acids attached to a glycerol. Probably a good one to remember. What happens when enzyme supplements are taken orally?
Most people are going to say.
Is that your final answer? Remember, enzyme? Everybody, what's an enzyme? A protein. Right. So if you eat a protein, what happens to it?
Digested by GI.
Yeah, digested by your GI proteases, so it's not so smart to take enzyme supplements. Some of them they sell are enterically coated, but I don't know if that helps that much. What's the first organ to receive starches absorbed from our intestine? Yes, the liver. Liver is the first organ to receive everything absorbed into our bloodstream. Which of the foods contain the least, which of these contains the least protein per serving? This is an easy one. Orange juice. Right. It's just doesn't have any, well, it might have 1 gram, but compared to 7 or 8 or 9. Older people should probably take vitamin and mineral supplements with their daily energy intake. First drops below what?
15.
Yeah, 1,500, 1,200 to 15, but 15 is a good answer. The primary excretory route for water-soluble vitamins is the kidney. Yes. Water-soluble should be your first clue there, right? Know what the kidney does. Digestive enzymes are, oh, I've already given you the answer. If you remember what it said. Enzymes are proteins, right. If people eat food typical for what their families do, their choices are influenced by ethnic heritage and tradition, correct. And question 10. To prevent muscle wasting and help the immune system, older people need approximately how much? A little more than what we would need.
1 gram.
Yes, 1 gram protein per kilogram. Most healthy white people would be 8.8 grams. Yes, Victoria got her 20 points. Good. Emily. Okay, and which of these following conditions would the pancreas be unable to synthesize insulin? Is that your final answer? Type 1. Type 1 diabetes is known as insulin-dependent diabetes. Type 1. According to health recommendations, what should your cholesterol intake be? Again, this is a little different way of wording it, but we already had this.
300?
Yes, 300. So I guess that means it's probably a good idea to remember that, right? Let's see, here what? Am I on the 4th one or 5th one? Let me see. Okay, 4. So this is, what is the structure of an enzyme? I guess we had that already. Yes. Lactose intolerance occurs due to an insufficiency of lactase, right. What's the definition of a complete protein? Yes, it contains all essential amino acids. I like how you guys speak so softly if you're not real sure. Okay, the diseases most common today include the following except, yeah, tuberculosis is not real common today. Although it is on the rise, Sad but true. Milk and milk products provide about half of the intake of which one of those vitamins? Riboflavin, yes. Good source in milk. Question 8. Okay, hydrolysis is a reaction that does what?
Splits the compound.
It's hydrolysis splits things, yeah, so it splits the products into two. Again, hydrolysis and condensation, kind of important. Question 9. Both the human body and foods are composed mostly of what nutrient? Again, similar question to what we had before, but worded a little differently. Water. And question 10. Osteoarthritis is often connected with obesity, because obesity, being overweight puts such a tremendous weight on your bones.